right here with my man Noreik Thascool.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing? The Black and Brown Podcast.
Got through doing Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 25, you know what I'm saying? 25. Right here, you hear my man's music in the background, you know what I'm saying? Black Brown Movement 88, YouTube channel. You'll see that shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Yo, what's up, my people? This is Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 25. What is that in Espanol? To my people, you know what I'm saying? We in here. Ricky, you know.
¿Cómo estamos? Aquí estamos aquí en el número 25 del podcast del movimiento de africanos y chicanos que lleva más años. Aquí somos, ya sabes. Vamos a hablar con nuestra familia aquí. Vamos a hacer unas preguntas para ver qué onda. A toda mi gente, ya sabes, el movimiento.
That's what's up. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 25.
Deuce 5.
We right here with a special guest, man. This is a brother I've known, and we've known for some time.
Young, talented brother.
Yeah, man, I've been checking him out on social media. He's been doing a lot of traveling. He just shot us his new EP, and you'll be hearing at least 2-3 of his songs on the podcast. His brother Noreik. And what is it, Noreik Thascool?
Noreik Thascool, like a first and last name, man.
Okay, Noreik Thascool.
That's right.
There's Noreik.
Noreik, that's cool.
There you go. Yeah. It works. It works every time,
man. Dope, man. Welcome to the podcast, man. It's good seeing you, man. Good to catch up with you.
Bro.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been great to see y'all. Yes, it's been far too long. So I'm happy that we are able to get this going, and yeah, man, we get to sit down and talk to you guys. How y'all doing?
Man, blessed up, man.
Yeah.
We are blessed.
Brand new year, you know how we do it.
We made it.
Too blessed to be stressed, you know.
I hear that, man. I hear that.
You know what we always do is with these intros, you know, we got in the house myself, you know. No longer THC really, but more on the Redbeard, the feared one, though, to the spies.
You ain't smoking no ganja.
The one too high from the third. Yeah, don't try that.
We're not medicating anything. It's good greening to your system. No more THC.
And we got Mr.
Or even the hardcore.
No more Mr.
The
Popeye.
hemp conscious. I'm still conscious on the hemp. You know?
Yeah, man, you gotta still be about it. Even if you don't smoke it, it's like the textile use for what marijuana could really do is what's important about marijuana.
Man, I went to Humboldt State University for 2 years out of high school. So how could I not be down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta be down, man.
You know,
you gotta be down.
We got Mr. Ricky Lee Compton in the house.
You know, aka PA, aka No Chains.
What is PA, sir?
Pay attention. More or less, but for you guys, what's the other word for it?
Production
assistant.
Right. Okay, that's what's up.
You gotta keep your PA game up, folks.
Padawan anagram. That's what it stands for.
Out here in this world, because you know you ain't paying attention to the
That's what
action.
it stands for. Perfect anagram.
You ain't paying attention to the actions, then you get caught in the distraction.
Or perfect action.
Amen.
That's what's up. All right. Well, help me out, Mr. Ricky. Help me with introduce our other founding father here.
Aquí tenemos Mr. MadVerblz,
the mad scientist, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Dankright, all that good shit, you know.
Mira nomás.
Only the old school people know me as Dankright. You know why that is? It's because I'm smoking weed all day and night.
Ya sabes. El de escuela
Anyway,
viejo.
folks, y'all know what time it is.
Ya sabes
Once
el tiempo
again,
que es.
2019, we here again, you know what I'm saying? Gonna keep elevating the situation, keep keeping our culture alive, and keep reviving those that let it die. We're a resuscitation crew. That's what we are. We bringing it back to where it's supposed to be. Conscious hip-hop, positivity in the movement, and that's why we the movement. So if y'all not ready, you better get ready, hit your record button, tune in. We about to give it to you, hit you over the head with it. Black and Brown Movement Radio Podcast, episode 25. If you don't know Spanish, that's 25. Deuce 5 for all you hood niggas. Here we go. Ready? It starts like this. We the movement believe that civilization began in Africa. Through the migration, we arrived in Aslan. from east to west, that makes us all people of the sun. Through 400 years of blood, sweat, and tears, 500 years of resistance, a few things we retain through bravery and persistence. The gospel, the culture, and the music.
Pa mi gente en español, creemos que la civilización comenzó en África a través de la migración, que llegamos a Aztlán a través de 300 años de sangre, sudor y lágrimas y 500 años de resistencia. Solo hay un par de cosas que hemos retenido a través de la valentía y la presencia y evangelio, la música y la cultural.
The culture.
I love that. That was really, really dope, man.
Thank you.
What it all breaks down to, folks, is HIP, HOP. Put it in reverse and it spells PIHPOH. That's people. That's what we represent. Hip hop for the people.
PMA, positive minded apparel, my bad. PMA, positive minded apparel. Hip hop,
positive mental attitude.
Right, that's where it was coming from, right? You know, gotta give it up to In the Cup Productions, Mike Skilo, Conscious out there, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give it up.
UHHM,
all that.
Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Gotta give it up to our man, Carmelo Alvarez.
Radiotron.
You know what I'm saying? He's, for those of you, I think this is the last weekend for Los Tres, the play about the three Latino brothers who
that was in prison falsely.
In prison falsely, infiltrated by, you know, the
narcos
and whatnot, the FBI. So, but yeah, the play.
The alphabet.
The play is in East Los and Boyle Heights. I forget the theater, but you can look it up. But yes, Carmelo Alvarez, much love. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the support, brother.
Got to give it up to my man Lee Ballinger. You know, War and Peace podcast, Artists United to End Homelessness, which we are a part of. Like Marcus said, Universal Hip Hop Museum, Silky D. DJ Smurf, Class 1.
King in Northeast
LA.
Northeast LA. Dark Side.
Give it up to Dark Side. Gotta give it up to our man Sneaky, you know, doing his podcast. His podcast, Respect. And also the Redwood Room. The next one, I believe, is next Friday, February 8th. My bad. Friday, February 8th. It's in Maywood, Redwood Room. You know, you can look that up. We'll leave some links or some more information on that.
Check out some real hip hop.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Show your support.
And then bomb $5 IPA.
Also got to give love to our boys, the Savages, El Salvajes. My boy Mike Hempstead, you know, always doing big things out there in Santa Ana. You know, got to give love to them.
Long Beach, he be everywhere.
Yeah, he be doing Long Beach, Bottoms Up. So much love to them, and
much love to everybody in the hip hop culture and scene, really representing. You know what I'm saying? Big up,
artists out there too. You can contact us, get at us, so we can support you and maybe put you on a podcast and promote you. You know how we do it.
That's what we're doing. And then going into that, I'm gonna go on and give you the purpose of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? The purpose of the podcast is to promote independent artists, whether they be hip hop artists, singers, DJs,
B-boys, boys, B-girls,
cooks. You know, we don't care what your art is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. We just here to promote you. We're here to promote the relations between our black and brown people, but we do not discriminate. We do not discriminate. Why? Because we're IMC. What does that mean, fellas?
International Multicultural.
That means we are worldwide. No borders, no boundaries, no limits, and no gimmicks. That means no whack MCs. So, yeah, we're the voice of the people, and we hope that our message is heard across the globe, near and far, east, west, north, and south. And, Mr. Noreik, you got any shout-out you want to give while we doing this?
Hey, man, y'all, I just want to say, y'all really about it, man. Like, I really appreciate the energy and the message that you guys have going. I'm so glad to be here. This is really dope. Shout out to all the people, man. We know what we bring to the table, so just continue bringing that and continue shining, continue being a light, and we're gonna prevail. You know, they've tried to stop us and they haven't been able to. You know, there's a reason for that. So we just have to keep moving in love, You know, shout out to all the hustlers, shout out to the people on the grind, shout out to the people who are being productive, who are using their passions and
living your dream.
Yeah, living the dream, you know what I mean? And making their dreams come true, you know, on their own effort, on their own merit, and with collaboration. So just want to shout them out, shout out Productive Culture, shout out Grand Life, shout out The Dope Spot, shout out just like everybody who's doing it, Black Noise, you know, all the homies over in the IE, Untapped Hip Hop, Series, Cartoons, Records, and Tapes. It's everybody, man. Like, we out here doing it, brick to your face. You know, the Juice down at OC, you know, shout out to everybody who's out there. Shout out to Taco Bell one time, you know, and then,
Word.
you know, and
they got better.
And
they did, because I used to call them Toxic Hell.
I know. You know, they get a bad rap sometimes, you know, because people talk about different things, but you know, but it's a cool place. I work over there now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope, man.
No doubt.
But yeah, man, just shout out to everybody who's doing it. Aside from everything, you know, shout out to the musicians out there, man. Keep creating, keep making this music, keep being a social justice warrior, keep speaking about the things that need to get spoken about, because we are the ones that are gifted with doing that. You know, there are a lot of people who don't have a voice, and we have to be that voice.
That part. That's what it's all about.
That platform will take place with it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Usually every podcast we come up with a theme. You know, we have current events. We have
top five.
We always do top five today?
No, that's what I'm kind of leading into. We do our sports segment. I don't know how much you are into sports, but shouts out to them LA Rams.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Yeah, you know, the New Orleans Saints, they keep on crying. All they fans, they politicians, they all crying about that call. But
it was a bad call. It was terrible.
It was a bad
no call.
It was a bad no
We're
call.
going to say that for the
But, you know, it's part of the game, baby.
Yeah.
We all endured it this year. Everybody's team endured it.
So, you know, shouts out to the Rams, and we'll get to that in the sports segment.
Yeah, Cali love, baby. Cali love.
So we're going to freestyle on this one, man. Everybody collectively, let's come up with a theme, and then we'll always spin our top five off of that theme. So kind of let's
top five, like musicians?
It's anything. It depends on. We usually
whatever the theme is. Yeah. It's the top five of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So for example, we've done that. You know, we've done. Man, we've. So
many times. Yeah,
we ever done top five life experiences?
Top five life
experiences.
No, I don't think we've done life experiences.
We did concerts.
Individual experiences that you've been through.
The top five concerts.
We did things related to
artists that we like.
Art, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think we've actually did life experiences. Just like things that can vary from your childhood to adulthood.
People, you are privy to the back scenes right now. You privy to the backstage right now. We coming up with this on the fly. So just check us out as we do this. I like that. Let's keep the ideas flowing. Let's start with the theme, and then we can spin off of. Or do you want to bring that into the theme?
Or guess what? We all smoke weed. What's your top five weeds that you ever had?
I can talk about.
What about your top five culture? What about your top five culture representatives? Like anybody
we've done that, but what about the theme? What about the theme? Because we got my man Noreik. That's cool.
Let's do something fun. Let's do like superheroes.
Ooh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like let's go top five. Or let's just do not even superheroes in a comic book sense, but just like heroes in general.
Okay.
Top five heroes, whether they're nonfiction, fiction, myth, it doesn't matter. Just dope stories of people doing amazing things that we admire them doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with that. So that's gonna be our top five, and then spinning off of that, the theme, sounds like it's not gonna be heroes per se, but I don't know how many times we've done it, and we're gonna continue to do it because this is who we are and this is what we do.
Yeah.
And it's inspiration.
Yeah.
We keep it real, man. We don't keep it 100. We keep it 1,000.
Because it's beer. It's double B.
1,000.
Beer and bullshit, right? Beer and bullshit, beer, blunts and bullshit for those that smoke.
Yeah, triple B.
We're gonna do what we do, and that's what it is, man. We're just gonna do our best to inspire the people, like my man Noreik said, bring that light.
Ultimately, our shit is always raw. Y'all know that.
Yep.
So just remember that our music is equivalent to our podcast. same collective people, same collective energy of what we represent. So know it and just get ready.
We hope y'all like it. I mean, if you don't, we ain't got a problem with that either. You know what I'm saying?
We don't give up.
All news is good news. Right. All comments are welcome.
Even in our failures, there's still progress.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Always, comment in the comment section.
Be
the
more
YouTube
involved,
channel,
people.
Black Brown Movement 88. That's Black Brown Movement 88, all one word, all lowercase. That's our YouTube channel. So we're gonna send you all the link, but for those that get it, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave us a comment, positive or negative.
Don't be scared.
Let us know what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? We give you what we got and what we feel, but at the same time, we open to suggestions. So make sure you leave that out there. But
we got something coming for y'all too. We're adding to this. It's called Hip Hop for the People, Conscious Music. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a radio platform. And we're going to be talking about music and, things going on in life, but we're about to get it popping for y'all because too many of these podcasts I see, they're not really doing it justice. So we're going to keep it justice with the music. And we hope y'all submit y'all music.
Lyrical justice?
Yes, lyrical justice.
With our chest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to have to play that song for you in the podcast. In the edit. Don't trip.
Right.
So get ready and look out for that. Live stream is coming soon, too.
Well, do me a favor, Noreik. You just handed me this EP. I'm loving the art, man. I'm loving the packaging right here.
Thank you.
I'm seeing, what is it, 8 songs in it?
Yeah. 7 tracks.
No.
Oh,
1,000?
Yeah, the EP's called 1,000.
Okay, I didn't get that because I was going to ask you. I seen the 3 zeros and I seen the, but I didn't put it together.
Oh,
I'm slow right now.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, 1,000 is a Grand. Grand Life is the collective that I represent.
I remember Grand Life.
Yeah, and
what's our boy, the singer that was with us from Westlake?
Oh, Justin?
Yeah, no, not Justin. Is it Justin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Shot.
He was never like a part of what we had going on. Like we didn't actually get to link the way that we wanted to link. But I just knew him from work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Justin's my boy. He's just always been around. He wasn't doing any music at the time, but he's always a fan. And as far as appreciating musical content, he comes up with ideas and things like that. So he's always been cool. But Grand Life, after I left Westlake, that's kind of really when it started, and when everything kind of popped off for us, and we have a few artists in there and a few producers and just other types of creatives that we just kind of come together, and we each have our own passion projects. We each have our own brands that we kind of promote and that we champion, and together we bring it together to just to kind of combine our efforts and accomplish these different things. So
it's a clique of y'all.
Yeah, it's just like it's a collective of people who really want to better themselves and better the people around them and really create something. You know what I mean?
Is Grand Life Hustle, is it?
No, it's not Grand Life Hustle or anything like that. It's just Grand Life. Yeah, just Grand Life. Just on its own.
Looking for your best life.
Yeah, you're just looking for your best life. The best version of yourself, aspiring to be that. How do you do that? Well, you got to first know where you're at right now. You have to know what you're capable of, and you have to be assured of your value and what you can do here, and then you grow from there.
Well, in other words, you have to know thyself.
You have to know thyself, and we're all on a journey to do that. I'm not saying that we all know it 100%, but, we're making a conscious effort to figure those things out and support one another when, we have questions or just whenever life hits us.
It
might be stuck,
We hit potholes and speed bumps. Some people don't know how to roll over them and keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where we come in as brothers collectively and keep pushing each other.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what Grand Life is what he's saying, if y'all ain't know how to read between lines.
Now, when you recorded this album, where did you record that?
I recorded at my house, actually.
Oh, so you do have a studio?
Yeah, I have a studio at my house. I've been fortunate enough to be able to dedicate a room straight to the studio, and my brother's an audio engineer as well. Oh, okay. And so me and him just kind of partnered up as far as like constructing the studio, and it's still a work in progress, but it's great. It's great to be able to have that function at home because
not depend on nobody else.
Yeah, it's just syncing up schedules as you get older. it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Too much shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's
plans always fall through.
You know, so, and it's just like, it's an accountability thing, you know, like, no one else is gonna make my music. I gotta make it, you know. So I gotta wake up. I have to be
know what you like.
I gotta
sound that you love, right?
Exactly, you know, and like it's cool because the executive producer on this project, Jam Cam, he runs Productive Culture, and he comes by way of Hawaii, and he's out here now.
Okay.
And he's an amazing producer and great execution. You know, he's executionist, I should say. You know, he really likes to figure out, okay, what do you want to do? How do we scale it up, scale it down, whatever needs to get done, you know, to convey what we need to convey, let's do that, you know? So I really just the way that I made music before is that I would make all my songs for a specific project and only that many, you feel me? And I wanted to take a different approach with this, so I decided to just make the songs just to make them. And then I brought all the songs to Jam Cam, and I was like, all right, here's what I got. Yeah. Like, what can we do? Right. You know, so like there's even more songs that I have that didn't make it. You know, we scaled it down to 7 with a bonus track because we thought that told the best story of what 1000 is to me. And it basically goes through just the passions, the vision of a better you and a better environment, basically, you know, and just kind of figuring out ways to have a better environment. You know, there's a couple like dance songs in there just for my own life experience to just kind of talk about those things, and but mostly, man, it's about just empowering and just following your passions and how that affects me.
So it's a conscious upliftment.
Yeah.
Basically, it was what it breaks down to, folks. This album was dedicated to conscious upliftment to the people that's out there that don't know how to uplift themselves.
Exactly.
All right, so it's Noreik Thascool. You know, it's called 1000. That's the title. We got the number 1 song is called Phenomenal, produced by Dom V.
Yes, Dom V. Dope producer out of Pomona, Claremont area. He's on the rise right now, man. He has a few tracks with some artists around there, and it's dope.
Okay, that's what's up. Then we got number 2. It's Whole Scope. All right, and that's produced by Chris Beach.
Yeah, my boy Chris Beach. He's like more like me and him are like DJ Mustard and YG. We're like you know, like yeah. We're like the 1-2. We're like the 1-2 punch when it comes to the music that I've been producing lately. You know, and like we have a bunch of songs together. So like you're gonna see a lot more of him just in the future. He'll probably have an exclusively produced project. You know, just because we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like our chemistry has really been dope, and you know, it's super important to link with people who you have good chemistry with, like-minded, and like he produces on a level that I need, and I, you know, create the songs at a level that he needs, and we just work together, and we make it happen, man. So, you know, it's really been a blessing.
Okay, so moving on, track number 3, 25/8.
Yeah. 25/8 is like, it's like, you know, you need an extra day and an extra hour to do what we do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not 24/7, it's 25/8. You feel me? And the song is just dedicated to all the entrepreneurs and all of the creatives out there that really put in that time, even after work, you know, like even after they have an 8 to 5 and then they have a 5 to 8, you know what I mean? And you know, so it's a song about that. Really dope though.
Okay, and that's also produced by Chris B.
Yeah, man, he snapped on that one.
Okay, and then we got number 4 is Illuminate.
Yes.
I love that title.
Yeah.
You know, that's you know what? How about that'd be our theme.
Okay, Illuminate.
This podcast,
right.
Illuminate.
I like that.
Like you said, bring light. That spoke to me.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We bring light. You know, everywhere we go, you know what I'm saying, we bring life. Light is, you know, life is light. You know what I'm saying? And
energy is forever.
You know what I mean? It's like we walk into a place sometimes and people are like, man, who are they? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like we are who we are.
Yeah, we're shining.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that speaks to me, and so the theme Illuminate, and then we got top 5 spinning off of that is the top 5 heroes. Obviously, heroes are there to illuminate and bring light as well.
Yes, they are.
And this one, Illuminate, featuring Johnny Bars.
Yes, my man.
Why have I heard
Bars.
that name before, Johnny Bars?
I mean, you should. He performs a lot around LA, OC, Pomona area, like he's
right?
underground, and
he's been in one of my Hempstead venues.
Yeah, you know, he's been in like, he's based in Pomona, and like he just travels around, man, and like he makes wonderful music, and he has a project coming out, and yeah, it's tight, man, it's tight. Johnny Bars, he was the only one that I needed on this project. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna feature anybody on here, it's gonna be him. And Illuminate is tight because when I was first bringing around Grand Life with my other business partner, we were like, he really took to it and was like, yo, bro, you guys have something here, like this is dope, and I want to be a part of it. Like, what can I do to help? And he's always been just like the perfect person to assist and to help in the situation, and that's why I wanted him on that song, Illuminate, because I felt like at that time our light spread. You know what I mean? And now he illuminated his up, and now we had a wider range of what we can do, and we were both representing the ideals. And you know, that's just what made it special.
Okay, well, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but we're playing the EP in the background right now, just for some ambiance for ourselves. You know, you'll hear the choice 3 songs that we collectively choose with Noreik here to play actually on the edited podcast. But
we just want to tease y'all,
you know,
while we enjoy it. But y'all get to hear it later.
Faintly hear it in the background. You're probably gonna be hungry for some more, so we'll give that to you later. But this one was produced by JM
Cam, yeah.
Okay.
He's the producer that I was talking about earlier, who runs the Productive Culture, and he executive produced the whole project.
That's the kid from Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah. So that he has production on that, and then he has production on 2 other beats on the project, and yeah, man, our chemistry is really dope. Like we're on like some real like creating a whole foundation, you know, like it goes beyond the music. You know what I mean? Like it's cool to have music collaborators, but to have life collaborators is like really tight. You know what I mean? So he's really stepped into that role, and I've stepped into that role for him as well. Like aside from the music, it's like, yo, whatever we're trying to create, like, you know, we usually talk about it, or, you know, concept it. Oh yeah, we should work with this. Oh, you know, you should hit this person up. Oh, you should do that. And then like we just rock it. So.
That's what's up. All right, so moving on to track song number 5, Party ? Okay.
Yeah, Party Okay.
Party Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's like party. Okay.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like us as creatives, you know, a lot of times we're working. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like I was working a lot. I wouldn't go out to go party.
Yeah.
You know, but this song is talking about an instance where, you know, girl, she hit me up. You know what I mean? It was a little bit more enticing of an offer to come out. You know, so I just talk about that in that song, but that happens to us artists. You know what I mean? We're in the house all the time, and when we get to step out, you know, it's exciting. It's like party. Okay, all right.
Okay, that was another one produced by JMKM.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on, track number 6, Growth.
Yes.
Like that title as well. We all need to do that.
Man. Growth.
We never stop growing, right?
No.
Or at least you're not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to stop growing, and you're just supposed to start. You know, living your life doesn't imply that you're growing. You know what I mean? You really have to reflect
just going
on.
Through the motions doesn't.
Yeah, that's not enough. You know, that's not enough.
You life lessons.
Yeah, you got to know what you do and what you do wrong, what you do right. You know, where your traumas are, what are your triggers, you know, all those types of things.
That word right there, if people are honest about that, that's right there, triggers.
Their own triggers, and then those who you associate with, or no, I won't say associate, but who you love and love you, who you're very close to, you should know their triggers and not be pushing those, right?
Yeah, you don't want to take advantage of a person, because there's a level of vulnerability and a level of honesty that our society doesn't really like teach us to like accept. They teach us to fear or respect. And it's like once you do that and you lead in love, literally the universe turns things around for you, and you get responses that you just didn't think. You know, and your mind gets to a place where you start like projecting what may happen, and that's not the case. You know what I mean? It's like you're operating off of ego, you're operating off of fear. So I had to grow. You know what I mean? Because I was operating off of that. And when I made that song, it was me finally accepting the things that I do and that I don't do, and putting it into a record and just saying that, you know what, I'm here for the growth. Yeah. You know, this is what I'm here for. We got to just keep growing from there. So that's a really special song. I like that one.
Okay, and this one's also produced by Chris Beach and Untitled.
Yeah, Untitled is a super dope producer from Lost Dogs. They're a collective of other producers, and he does like a lot of festivals, a lot of DJ gigs, and he's a collaborator that we had for a long time, and now he's like popping. You could definitely catch his sets going on.
Where are we at? We broadcasting live right now? Or?
No,
this is a little video. Okay, yeah, we'll go on and we'll put that video footage on the in the edit. So moving on to track number 7, Persistent.
Yes, Persistent.
Another key word there.
Yeah,
I like
another
the key words, man.
Yeah, you know, like it's interesting how that all worked out. But with Persistent, I just, as creatives and as like musicians, like, and maybe not all musicians can relate, but I know some of them can, where it's just, this music is just in your head all the time.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you're going through the regular things like doing chores or going to work or hanging out with friends, but literally in your brain, you're thinking about your career, you're thinking about the song you just did or the song you're gonna do. And I was just like, this song was the embodiment of me saying, like, I'm just so persistent with this. Like, it's just always in my head. I'm just doing it. And you have to.
You want to be successful, you have to be.
You have to be. You know, there's a level of respect that this craft takes, and that you need discipline for that. So you have to keep going, you know, and going in the right ways. So all the songs and the song titles are, like, very important to me because, like, I want to...
Same with us.
Yeah, you know, like, I really want to just, like, encapsulate what the song means at that point, you know what I mean? And really just bring a perspective leading into listening to the record. Okay. You know, whether I prove you wrong or right in that perspective as you're listening is up to you. Yeah. But I just want to create an experience that you think you're about to get going into it, you know?
Yes. And then this one was produced, looks like a combo pack here, a collaboration with Chris Beach and JMK.
Yes, yeah, they collabed together, and that was really dope, man. That was like,
I mean, based on what you've been telling me about them individually, I can imagine the collaboration.
The collaboration was crazy. The way that we were able to get that together. So.
What was the time frame that it took you to get these songs to
the project, the whole project?
The whole project together.
Yeah.
Well, I dedicated about, I want to say, 4 months to writing the music. And then recording it, I recorded a bunch of roughs, and then we brought all the roughs together, and then I did like a straight recording over like everything that needed to get done, and I did that in about 2 weeks. And then like we had the records that were available, you know what I mean, and we started the mixing process and everything like that. And then it was cool because for this one, usually artists are doing everything kind of like at once, or they're kind of impatient, you know. It's like, oh, I want this song to be out, I want it out now, I want all this stuff. And with this one, Cam really convinced me to take my time. He was like, finish the record,
take your time,
let's have them mixed, let's have them mastered, let's listen to them for a bit. So we're here 2 weeks before even a release date is announced, and we're listening to the songs, you know. And it allows for other things to get constructed, other art, other photo shoots, other like just content that gets created because you're already pumped off the music, and you have something that you can show these people and be like, yo, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm about to drop. So they get a sense of where your headspace is. Exactly. Persistent. And then you get to execute, you know. So when I'm ready to release, I have people waiting to hear it. I have blogs that are waiting to hear it. I have playlists.
So you're generating that buzz along with the actually, that's actually part of the making of the record.
What you should be doing, but a lot of people, they want to do that when the music isn't finished. And you can probably be convincing, but it's hard to convince new people who don't know who you are that they should believe in you without a product or without something that you can show them. You know, if they come to a show and they see you live, then they know that you get down. You know what I mean? If you do well. Or if they hear a song and that you didn't show them, then they know that, okay, you get around. You know what I mean?
Right,
so like
right.
it gives them ideas on like, okay, I can work with this person because he takes his craft seriously, and it's going to be equally beneficial for me in putting my product or putting my brand in support of this person or behind this person.
It's all it all falls together.
Exactly, and it's up
I
to the
can
artist.
tell you, my audience, our audience, our peoples out there, man, you guys are gonna really feel these songs that we do end up playing in the edit, because just this background, I'm not even really being able to hear it clearly, but just the vibe, like I said, that ambiance that's already creating, I'm already feeling that. So,
hey, thank
but
you,
we
man.
got number 8 as a bonus, it says, and it's the Coolest Out.
Yeah.
Also produced by Chris Reach. Chris Reach, right?
Chris Beach.
Chris Beach, my bad.
Yeah. No, it's all good. That song "Coolest Out" was a record that we did kind of towards the start of the project, and I was gonna release it before the project came out, and then I decided to just release it afterwards.
Right, as a bonus.
As a bonus, you know what I mean? Like it was just part of the additional content that was coming. So you know, it's cool because with doing all of these singles, I get
give y'all a little bit more right now.
Yeah,
so that's it. I'm feeling a little Outkast vibe.
Hey, I love Outkast, man. Andre 3000 is the GOAT. Big Boy is the GOAT.
Underrated.
Super.
Underrated. And then right now they've been held under contract issues is why you ain't seen them, in case y'all didn't know.
Yeah, man.
But you see them soon. Real soon. They about to bust back.
Yeah. I don't doubt it at all. So, you know, it's just about all the additional content, you know, and just making as much as you can make. And I've been making singles and different songs, and it's cool because I can just be a little bit more consistent with my releases that way, you know, instead of like, here's 20 songs that I did, listen to them, and it's like, I feel you, like you can do that, but I've chosen to be like, here's a few songs, do you like these? Oh yeah, they're dope. Okay, well here's a couple other ones. You like these? Oh yeah, those are dope. All right, cool.
Now,
well, like,
let me
here's
ask
some
you a
other.
question. When you wrote these songs, did you try anything new other than what you normally do to try and write these? Did you go out and do anything like experience-wise to get some of the content for these lyrics?
For this, yeah, that is a good question. For this particular project, this was like a summation of me, like currently, you know what I mean, which is cool because this is like the groundwork and the foundation. It's the maximized version of what I can accomplish within my space right now. So it was the first time I was recording myself. It was the first time that I was doing it. At my house, you know, instead of doing it at another studio. It was the first time.
So the process is what was
the process was different. As far as writing the music, I wrote it all the same way that I would normally write music.
That was an accumulation. I remember you were saying earlier that you accumulated the songs over and then brought it to the table.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, from my own experience, I know what it's like. I don't want to ask you, what was that energy like for you?
Oh, the energy was
doing your own project.
Doing it
all yourself.
Hey, hold on, real quick. Acronyms, B&B all the time. Beer break. Go ahead, move on.
The energy was really cool, man. I felt like I was just doing it correct, you know, this time, and for better or for worse, because prior, you're still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? You're still trying to like test your sounds and see what you can do, and you're also working with what you got. You know what I mean? Like, this is the first time where I sought out what I wanted, and I was able to bring together what I wanted. You know, and that made me feel very empowered, and it made me feel very just valued, and I feel like it increased the value of the people that I worked with also, because we were able to go in on something and make it actually happen, you know, make it materialize.
So the energy that you brought from did you where were you drawing that energy from? Was it from the people that you worked with? Was there an outside source that you might have
Yeah, there was an outside source, because I've been doing this for about 9 years, and prior to this I did this with another rapper. I was a part of a duo. And so this is my second solo effort, and we our whole like crew and our team, the original makeup of it kind of diminished, I would say, at the start of this project. So I was really reeling off of that, thinking to myself, I'm now going to step into new territory.
Okay.
You know, I now have to place myself in this spot because what was happening before has completed. That season has come and it's gone, and I've learned, what did I learn from that? Now it's time to apply all of that in this new field for myself and really create that foundation.
Was it at any point, was it uncomfortable to step off into
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But growth doesn't happen without being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to step out of my comfort zone. Yeah. And it's not necessarily in like my writing or my music, but in just my actions and the way that I brought it together, you know, and what I talked about, talking more about self, you know, and how it affects me and different things like that is in this project. Yeah. And it, like, when a plant is growing, you know, it can outgrow a pot, you know, because the roots, like, and you have to plant it somewhere else.
Otherwise it'll die out.
And this was my transfer into another garden now. So now that
so there was a rerouting process.
There was definitely a rerouting that took place, a reactivation of my fan base and the people who supported me. You know, this was the confirmation of, after I dropped this, everyone who supports me is who I'm rocking with. Right, you know, anyone who doesn't support this effort, that's right here.
The leaves that fall off the plant.
Exactly. It's just, you know. Oh yeah, I know you guys. Yeah, you guys have always been down, bro. Always been down. And yeah, this was it, you know. And it's not malicious or anything like that. It's not. It's not ill will or at all.
In a plant, it naturally occurs.
It naturally occurs.
They die
So
off.
it's just like, you know, the people who want to be around are going to show support for this, and they're going to, you know, rock with me for this. So that's who I'm going to invest in, you know. And this is where I'm starting to plant my garden and trying to spread it, you know. And the next effort is just going to continue. The key now that everything is reactivated is just to stay consistent, not to go dark.
So this was like a groundbreaking record for you. Then.
Yeah.
It was more a lot groundbreaking.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can hear it based on, you know, that night that we, you know, were at DJ Shine and Butterfly.
DJ Shinehead.
Yeah, DJ Shinehead.
Legendary Rocker Man.
Man, we had the honor of being there and their presence on their show. Yeah. And that was a dope night.
Yeah, it was.
You know, I'll never forget that. And that was like a real kind of link for us. You know what I'm saying? We've talked in previous podcast about 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yes.
And we talked earlier about Cameron and Justin and Westlake and how those were our degrees of, you know, separation and not only separation but inclusion, because that's what kind of brought us together, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then that night we were all together and you guys were there, you know, as guests of us, and, you know, and so, you know, that was...
It was a special night, man.
It was a special night.
There was some building going on.
That was electric.
Yeah, so from that time to now, it's like I can see, you know, I can see how phenomenal, you know, you become from that point. You know, I'm seeing the whole scope of what it is you're doing. I see you've been working 25/8. You know, you illuminating with what you're doing. You know, you got a party too. You know, drinking beer and bullshit. You know, shout out to my vapors, by the way. Do vape. Big Bro and Adam, you know what I'm saying? I see the growth, the persistence, and, you know, now we cooling out, you know what I mean, on this podcast. So
that's it, man. That's it, you know? And it's just going to continue to grow, man. It's just going to continue to grow. Like.
And we going to collab, by the way, so be looking out for Noreik Thascool, you know, featuring, you know, on the Black and Brown Movement project and vice versa, you know, just collaboration. Ain't nobody featuring.
Good question, Noreik. What is that? Is that a certain language that
no. It's a good question. It's a question that was in my mind.
Is that a word that you define yourself, or I mean, how did that come
about? I edit my post. I had it all wrong. I put Tariq. I'm like, oh shit. No. It's an N. I fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because I wanted a name for myself that was me.
Just go ahead, finish.
I wanted a name that was me, but wasn't like young lamppost.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Big, or like, you know, Astro this, or like, you know, I just wanted it to be me, so I took my name and I reversed it, and it was a reflection of myself.
So what's the name?
My real name is Kieran.
Okay.
And my rap name is Noreik.
Okay.
So on that post that I posted, it's not Tariq. hashtag Tariq, it's hashtag Noreik Thascool.
Spell that for those who are dyslexic.
That's Noreik.
Okay.
And my name, Kieron, is Kieron. So I just flipped it, and that's cool is a term that I always used. At first, it was actually a negative. To be honest, it was a condescending way for me to be like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as I grew and realized that, you know what?
We know what it is in the hood, but we sharing Ebonics with y'all non-Ebonic knowledgeable.
And I turned it from a negative to a positive because I was turning from a negative to a positive. You know, and I was just like, you know what? That's cool. You know, you're cool, I'm cool. What you're doing is cool. And what you do as far as your passion is cool to you. And who am I to take that away from anybody? You know what I mean? So I brought it together, and it was like more of a pronunciation thing, and it's Noreik Thascool. And you know
if is it Kieron or
Kieron?
Kieron. Do you know if that has a meaning?
Yes, it means black. I believe it's rooted in I believe it's Irish, and that's like Ciaran, and it's Ciaran. That's like where it was from, and I believe that it means black or black man, black child, something like that, along those lines. I think I read it somewhere, but I don't really keep too much, I don't really look into it too much like that. My meaning for my names is like off of my last name, which is Samson. And Samson is, you already know who Samson is.
If you don't know who Samson is, go to the Bible and figure it out. And we know who Samson is.
He's a strong warrior for the mighty.
Another family name is Solomon. So I have Solomon and Samson in my family.
Those are your names?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like...
Well, you know what? One thing I said, we were talking earlier before the podcast started about hair and you know,
absolutely. You know, we all grow our hair here. You know, and I've just been on the hair journey.
With your name being Samson, and I know you're knowledgeable, you know the story about the 7 locks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is what I was gonna say as far as Samson. I've always said I'm the opposite of Samson. You know how they said when Samson they cut his hair, he lost his strength.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. You cut my hair, I'm gonna gain strength because I'm coming after whoever the fuck.
Yeah. Whoever cut my hair. Yeah. No, I feel you. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for sure. You know, hair is just really important. You know, it connects.
This guy has meaning.
Yeah, it has meaning. It connects us to the ground. You know, it's our own roots.
Yeah.
You know, like it's literally our own roots. It's something that grows from us to nourish other things.
Might as well go right back into that conversation. I was telling you earlier about the Cherokee. I found out Cherokee. Yeah. And the Cherokee tribe had 12 clans. Mm-hmm. 3 of them died off, and of the 9 clans, one of those clans was the long-haired clan.
The long-haired clan. They knew. Their hair was in touch. There are people who, shout out to the homegirl Amanda Jade. She's a barber, and just I don't even want to categorize her. She's just an amazingly dope person, and she runs she runs like a what would I call it? Just a brand. It's a brand called Keep Your Crown Right. And she does meditations, and she does haircuts outdoors. She believes in the rituals of cutting hair, and like she talks to you, and like you guys discuss hair treatment and just different things like that. And it's about keeping your crown right. It's about being conscious. It's about keeping up here in your body. Her name is Amanda Jade. She was the one that did my stone too, huh?
Where's she located at?
She's located in the IE in San Bernardino, and she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And like if you need to go get your hair cut or your hair prepared, your hair cared for, she's the person to go to. Like it's amazing. So shouts out to Amanda Jade. And keep your crown right.
Keep your crown right, folks.
Yeah.
Kings and queens.
She does a whole bunch.
All right. Well, speaking of positivity, I kind of want to read something to you guys. It's something new that came across my table, and I think it's a really good thing to know. It's I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It's called the Optimist Creed. You basically, it's something that you promise yourself. There are key points in life to look out for and go by. The first one is to be strong, that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. The second one is to talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. The third one is to make all your friends feel that there's something in them. The fourth one is to look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. The other one is to think only of the best work for the best and to expect only the best. Another one would be to be just as enthusiastic about success of others as you are about your own.
Yeah,
the other one would be to forget the mistakes of the past and press on the greater achievements of the future.
Yeah.
The other one is to wear cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. And the last one would be to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. I just want to share with you.
He's trouble. He's trouble.
Hey, we might as well roll right into that current event. You know what I'm saying? What you guys feel about this bullshit ass government shutdown, even though it's temporary lifted?
Well, it's shut down, and so far it looks like we're doing all right without them. So
I mean, how convenient is the lift that the Super Bowls are gonna be around here?
Right.
You know
well, you know what, too though, if they had not lifted it before February 1st, those on Section 8 would have not gotten their money.
Oh,
and
wow.
guess what kind of issues they would have had, and that would have created. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, because I'm on motherfucking Section 8.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just it sucks that was a tactic to be used to get something that you promised, but you failed.
Right.
You that's it. Like,
in my opinion, will continue to fail.
Yeah, it's just you failed. Like, you promised something that was very far-fetched.
Yeah.
But, hey, you got people to rock with you on it.
Yeah.
And then you just didn't deliver.
Right.
You know, you got to just take that on the chin and be like, yo, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do it this way. They didn't want to do it, but now you're throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a man. That's what everybody. He looks like a man, but I've always said for many years to females, just because a guy has hair on his face and dick and balls does not make him a man.
Yeah.
A man is responsible and stands accountable for his mistakes.
Well, what it is to be a man is it's an honor.
That too.
Along with that honor comes that responsibility too, though. But along with that honor and privilege comes responsibility. And if you don't see it as being an honor, then you don't see any responsibility to live up to.
I mean, with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
You know, shout out my man Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And
man.
Huge Marvel fans.
I mean,
we all in this house.
Spider-Man is my favorite.
That's mine too.
Spidey. I grew up on
my
Spidey.
My mom said, dude, growing up, I wanted to be Spider-Man.
Yeah. Every morning before school, then I got up at 6:30 on the dot to catch Spider-Man. Otherwise, you didn't see him. That's how dirty they did it.
Yeah.
I would be up every morning before school and watch Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
And anyone can wear the mask. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like just the messages and the trials that character had to go through, I think speaks volumes to anybody who's struggling but has like the potential. Right. You know what I mean? Like if the life just seems like it's beating you down, but you
never give up.
I've heard like you know tremendous accolades for the Into the Spider-Verse. I haven't seen it.
It's amazing.
I haven't seen, but it just won on the Golden Globes. Some of the animated movies.
It just got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
For
Best
Wow. And trip on that where it has a black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
This is a black and brown.
Why did you just take that away from me?
Oh, my bad.
God darn it. I'm like, I haven't seen it. That was as great as it's serious.
Yeah, you got it. Like,
no.
It's in the preview.
I
haven't seen it either.
Remember, I don't watch TV, really. Television is bullshit.
It's not necessarily a secret, but the people who made this movie worked so hard. They've been developing this for 4 years. Yeah. The art, it's a comic book brought to life. Like the style and everything is beautiful, and it took them so long to get that detail down. And the soundtrack is fire. The story is fire. Like it is the best. It's the best Spider-Man movie that we've had.
I bet
it really is. You know, like it's just.
And then it's just a bonus that you got a black Spider-Man.
Yeah. it's wonderful that it all surrounds.
By the way,
it all surrounds about like around Miles. You know, Miles Morales. Like and like they show the culture. Like it's there. Like it's hip hop. Like you guys have to see it.
Oh yeah.
Literally,
all of you out there have to see it.
Yeah,
we haven't seen it.
Go support that movie. Yeah. I know that they're already, you know, getting the accolades. Go support it again because we need a sequel. We need more like this. Like this is, it's great. It's great. It's wonderful.
Well, I'm glad you've seen it. I'm glad you can give us that insight on it. And I've heard too many good things. When I saw that it won the Golden Globe for Best Animated Film, you know, I knew, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, see, we in current events, you know, talked about the shutdown. How about shouts out to UTLA?
Shout out to the teachers.
Congratulations.
They just finised the strike.
Way to get it accomplished.
They got some of what they wanted.
They didn't get it all, but they got a majority.
And that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? It's about just figuring out, making the compromise where the compromise is.
You gotta give and take a little bit.
My wife and I, we kept our kids out of school during the strike, and my wife and kids were, you know, able to go downtown and support the strike.
Actually, it was right across the street as well. That was right across the street.
And my uncle, shout out to my uncle Juan Diego Montemayor. He's a teacher, you know, at Eagle Rock.
Juan.
And he, you know, he was a big proponent.
He teaches at Eagle Rock?
Yeah, Eagle Rock High School.
He would know Maggie before she retired. That's where Maggie taught at.
Oh, okay.
You know, my mom-in-law.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, shouts out to UTLA and, you know, that's current events. So we had the teacher strike, government shutdown. You know, anything else you guys you can think of right now what's going on?
No, I can't bring it off the top of my head.
I mean, those are the main things right now, you know what I'm saying? Weather's been a little crazy. It's warming back up in, you know, end of January.
Well, since we're on current events, just for the fun of it, what about the Grammys?
Okay. Hey, we're into music. Oh, yeah.
I'm not into the Grammys though, but I think I'm gonna watch it this year though. It's gonna be pretty lit, as these kids say.
I'm happy that Nipsey Hussle is on there for Best Rap Album.
Oh, he's nominated.
Yeah, he's nominated for Best Rap Album, man.
Like, to a real hood nigga.
I really hope that he pulls that, man.
The album's dope.
This album is hot. I still haven't got it.
And then the collab with YG, you know what I'm saying?
What's the name of the album for people who don't know the name of the album?
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
There you go.
He's been through a lot. I mean, I remember hearing him in the news.
That kid,
you know, just trying to get him caught up legally, and then, you know, I know he had the, you know, he's like us and had, you know, a clothing line.
He used to have a store right on Slauson.
Yeah, the whole Crenshaw thing.
He's definitely the epitome of like that independent grind, business hustle, like Nipsey, Currency. Yeah. Like, there's a few artists that are out there that are just like the pinnacle of what you want if you're an independent artist. Yeah. Really like touring, making merch, making moves.
Yeah. YG's ass as well.
Yeah. And you mentioned, you know, DJ Mustard, you know.
Chance the Rapper is really big.
He is the blueprint.
He's the blueprint of grinding on an independent artist.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what it is.
You just gotta partner up. You know, you have to just make sure that your brand is like, we're in the age now where everything, like, everyone can make their own personal brand. They can be their own personal thing. And if you make that valuable, you make that something that can help people or, you know, make a difference in some sort of way, you can partner up with all of these other brands that have capital other than signing a deal. Yeah, you know, like, you don't have to sign a deal anymore. You can partner up with a Taco Bell, or you can partner up with a Red Bull or something like that.
Rest in peace to Prince, man, who kind of broke that mold. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
With the internet and
the artist.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you talk about brand, you know, us as the Black and Brown movement, you know, and our everything that's umbrellaed underneath that, you know, we always have said that we are a brand, but more than that, we're a lifestyle. And because this is who we are, this is what we are, this is what we've lived, this is what we know. And then we take it beyond that to say, yeah, black and brown, but we don't discriminate because we're IMC.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because I know half of my lineage on the genetic shit, and I ain't got no room to discriminate.
You know?
I'm like Scottish. I'm like Iranian.
100%
I'm like
nowadays, right? You know what
and
I'm saying?
all you have to do is just take that movement and you partner up with other people who champion that same message.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who champions that same message, you can partner up with them and either provide them with, since you guys are doing a podcast, you either provide them with a platform to speak on what they do, or they have you wherever they are live. You know, there's different ways that you guys can like make it happen. You know what I mean?
And we've done that, and we'll continue to do that more in 2019. We've been out live. You know,
a couple ideas with
you probably catch us out there doing a podcast at the.
Yeah, but we're gonna have this mic with us from now on, though.
Yeah. What is the we'll be out there on February 9th.
The reggae venue in Long Beach.
Yeah, in Long Beach.
Gonna see Matsui finally.
It's called the California Reggae Festival.
I believe so.
And I ain't been to a reggae
Yellow Man's gonna be there too.
Nice.
Saturday, February 9th.
Last one we went to that I went with the Bob Marley.
I'm gonna be working some festivals. I'm part of like a crew. Shout out 1050 Entertainment.
Oh, I've heard of 1050 before.
Yeah, so they do 88 at all these different festivals. Make sure that all the patrons with mobility issues or disabilities are taken care of. You know what I mean? Platforms.
That would be me.
Yeah, bro. So like, you know, you would sign up for that. You should sign up for that for February 9th to see if they have any sort of platforms, any sort of accommodations for yourself.
Somewhere, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I found out they do that at.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's really dope, man.
Hollywood Live.
So I'm doing that with them, and they, you know, they're at all these different festivals. So like, we're gonna be at Coachella this year. We're gonna be at like Bottle,
what a place to actually. Wow, that's
wonderful,
amazing,
bro. It combines.
That's amazing. That's a whole platform that's untouched.
And it combines two of my loves, and that's service to people and music.
Righteous, respect.
Putting that together,
bro.
you feel me?
Mad respect to that, bro.
Like, so I'm excited for the festivals that are coming up this year. I haven't gotten my list yet for what's coming up for this year, but I'm pretty sure I'll be doing Coachella. Lighting in a Bottle, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Electric Forest might do Bonnaroo.
Electric Forest, that's the EDM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go to that this year. My first rave.
Yeah, all those like transformative.
Never been to a rave, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, like those transformative festivals where they just put you in the middle of nowhere, and like they transform, like those. That's where it's at.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where it's at.
I'm telling y'all now, nigga.
There's nothing around.
I'm gonna be shroomed.
Just that, and there's nothing else to interfere with it.
Well, one of my coworkers and friends have told me, Angela, shout out Angela and Matt. She was like, festivals are about radical self-reliance. Like it's you. You know, especially these transformative ones. It is you and your person and your energy and what you bring to this.
Right.
You know, and you have to, like, however open you are is how open this whole thing is going to be.
So basically what he's saying, indirectly for those that don't know, it's a new era of hippie life.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's what it is, because that's all the hippie life was.
Well, you know, energy doesn't die.
Exactly.
It just gets transferred over. So this is where it's founded.
And I'm down with that.
You know?
One love. Peace, baby.
I see this as a perfect time to take a break and go on and break into one of the songs.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, let me know which one.
Let's play Growth, bro.
Growth, okay.
Yeah. There you go, because everybody needs to grow.
So here it is, man. It's
Don't be afraid.
Noreik Thascool. The EP is called 1000. The song is called Growth. Again, produced, collab by Chris Beach and Untitled. And we're going to go ahead and break into that, and then we'll be right back. So, holla back.
That's cool, that's planting seeds, yeah, we planting seeds. Planting seeds, yeah, we planting seeds. Planting seeds, yeah, we planting seeds. Back to our roots. Go! I'm just here for the growth. That's yeah. I'm just here for the trees. Hey, I'm just here to do me. Hey, I'm just here to do me. And increasing the state I'm in. Growing up too fast, now wait a minute. I need to gather my life. I'm feeling so lucky, I'm rolling the dice and running the risk of reaching the ceiling, believing the hype. 2 shots to the Remy, these niggas is mice. They be like, damn, this nigga is nice. Let me correct it, my nigga, I'm cool. Me and my teammates, we do what it do. Making the music that's making you move. Got these little pretty girls making a move. Chunky little bit like I'm making a stew. She's so nutritious, I'm licking a spoon. Enter the flower, discover my roots. My feet are planted with full understanding. I'm sharing the space like I'm next to a planet. So I'ma learn as much as I can when I can. From who I can, for as long as it improve who I am. I'm a newer man, like a Superman. Yo, I'm too advanced, take it too advanced. Take 2 to dance, my nigga, that's tandem. People coming up at random like, hey, aren't you the guy? A real suit and tie, mix a super fly, eating soup for my nourishment. You encourage them to flourish when they love and I meaning them. But we pretend it's TMI till you realize what you feel inside is hurting you more than it's hurting them. Yeah, I'm just here for the growth. That's yeah, I'm just here for the trees. Hey, I'm just here to do me. Hey, I'm just here to do me. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I'm here for. I figure out, start from the beginning. When I was a shorty, all I cared about, glory and the women. My head in the cloud, got me feeling winded. Haters try to doubt, I just give them business. Every time I did, ego starts to feeling. Open up my mouth, got a couple feelings. Maybe it's a candy, living life sugar coated. Wasn't being real, duly noted. Had to get out of my feels and choose to focus. Had to give you that real so you can quote it. Give it that mass appeal like Nas wrote it with a DJ Premier on the beat. There's no more fear when I speak. I know my saga unique. Hey, and I'ma train as hard as I can to be the hero, not to be the man. So when they need it, I can feed the man. Then we resupply and we feed again. When they asking why, yo, I ease them in, cause it's all about growth. It don't really matter where we start, it only matters where we go. Where we head and pick a road, pick a lane, put the pedal to the flow. Say goodbye to the saying that you know. Change is a goal, don't worry if you go through the process and you're honest. You will never change the you that you know. Hey, you will start improving, you know. Everything around you start moving. You go with the flow when you show, when you prove, and you're so in the groove. I'm getting back to my roots, yeah. I'm just here for the growth. That's yeah. I'm just here for the trees. Hey, I'm just here to do me. Hey, I'm just here to do me.